We're giving away 2 Professor's Researches how to enter. Make sure you like, comment, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will pick 2 comments. And on Saturday, we will let you guys know in Discord and in YouTube. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll see you there. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So here we have a Emboar deck. This deck is amazing. You're gonna see the gameplay. I'm gonna explain the deck. So right here, we're playing Ogre Pawn, the fire one. So basically, you know, it's an effect. Once you land this attack, you could coin flip. If heads, you could definitely put 2 energy on one of your Pokemon on the bench. Now, that being said, we have Victini. Victini gives fire Pokemon a second chance at life, a second chance on flip if you do not like the results of the first one, and basically that would help Emboar because it's 3 energy, and every time you flip heads, you're gonna do 70 damage, right? So that's insane attack stat to begin with. So if you don't like the first odds, you could just reflip everything with Victini, and it's so easy, especially with Flame Patch, to like get the energy out to your Emboar and then just pop off with like 5 energies, get 5 flips for 70 damage each. I'd argue that's better than Celebi EX, 50 per. But the only thing is the Celebi has lower maintenance. It doesn't require all 3 fire, but we do have the Pokeballs and the rare candies here. Lucky Egg will definitely help you in the late game if an Ogre Pawn is gonna get knocked out, so you could draw your missing pieces, your rare candies, flame patches, or even Emboar, right? You do have Giant Capes, Professor's Research, Sabrina, to push for game for something a little bit more weaker on the back end. Copycat for consistency, and Mesagoza is really good in this deck because you want to find as many Pokemon as you want. Yes, it is a coin flip. We can't get a mulligan off that, unfortunately, but it is what it is. The deck has so much synergy with each other, and here we are fighting Baxcalibur Suicune, and right now we're in a situation where we could just Sabrina, and they don't want to give up a Baxcalibur, so here we could get them to send out the Chenpao, and by doing that we could definitely get free points here. So we're gonna just go in for a quick Flame Patch there, show that we could attack, go in for the Sabrina, and then he's obviously gonna go for Chenpao because of course your Baxcalibur is gonna be one of your win con cards here. And we go Flame Patch and then Fire Energy. Here we're stacked for 100 5 flips, so we're definitely gonna do more than 130 damage guaranteed, unless we're super unlucky, right? So we're gonna swing here, no heads, but we do end up getting 3 times here, which I'm good. I'm not gonna use the ability. It's funny, even if you get the desired result, the game is still gonna ask you, do you want to unflip? And I'm like, nah, I want to stay with mine, but like the thing is too, it's so easy. What if you like misclick and then boom, you just mess up your whole flips? But then again, I'm pretty confident in this Emboar because we are in a situation where we have 5 energies. In the following turn it's going to be 6 energies, so flipping 6 energies, I'm confident that we can knock out anything in our way. And here you're gonna see multiple flips here, and no, I'm not gonna mulligan. Boom, 220. You saw me screenshot that was like pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's definitely gonna give us the win right here. Overall, the deck is super fun. If you guys have like a big addiction to flipping coins for whatever reason, I feel like this deck right here is gonna be the perfect suit for you. Here we are fighting a Mega Lucario deck, and we're starting off with a Tepig lead. So, the thing is with the ability too, you could use Victini for its stoke ability. So, like, if he misses heads, you could definitely get another flip, and then you could get 2 fire energy from your pile and add it to the Tepig. But here I'm just gonna cape and then drop the Ogre Pawn, just to be a little bit on the safe side. And then here, let's go for the flip. I pray that we get the heads, and we end up getting the heads, and we're literally ready to like rush him with Emboar. That's the thing with this deck. This deck could pop off at a moment's notice. This is literally Fire Hydreigon. But like with a little twist, because it can hit harder, and its HP stays up longer, so, and you don't burn energy. If anything, you just keep gaining energy here. Now, in this situation here, we're going to get repelled. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use 4 energy for our flips. But we end up getting the Flame Patch. The Flame Patch is going to allow us to simulate the same energy costs. Like, we're going to have 4 energies. So, 4 flips. I'm still going to be good with that. And here we go. Let's go flipping. If it's not ice pop, it is my attack. See, you gotta give it that little special spin, and we hit all 4 heads for 190 damage. That would mentally destroy me as well. So, the concede, I respect it, because yeah, I do not want to deal with a Emboar with 5 energy. That's just insane, right? Here we have the gold Tepig on the front lines. What do you guys think about that gold Tepig? Also, I held the Eevee card too because I haven't seen this art. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to the promos, I've been slacking because I've just been playing the actual game for battling and stuff, not really for collecting. But shout outs to that Eevee. But I really don't know what variant he is running, but at the same time, we have one of the most cracked fields ever. So, we just set up Mezagoza and then we just chill. We have the Victini, Ogre Pawn in the back as well too, so no need to do anything crazy. It's our turn 1. Well, that's basically the only thing we can do in this situation, right? So we're gonna Mezagoza, get the heads. Well, they get the heads, and literally they don't place anything on the board. They just want to swing. So maybe they drew a evolutionary line or something like that. So here we're gonna go for the same. Probably fail because Mezagoza only works for our opponents. And then we're just gonna activate Tepig, and then flip, and we get our heads. But Victini was there to watch our back, just in case if all failed. So now our opponent is definitely going to go for Mezagoza, I think. Okay, they failed. But now they're just going to pop off and drop another Eevee, and then just pretty much keep swinging, right? Because they didn't find the evolution that they needed here. But in this situation, we're pretty much chilling, because now we could just rare candy, evolve, and then just start swinging for high damage. Now, I think they were playing Sylveon EX, but like, who knows at this point? Maybe they weren't seeing their draw cards here for the consistency. This is the only reason why I would see Eevee in a fighting deck. But I believe they dropped like a Riolus next turn or something like that, in order to show us like what they were actually playing. But like, fighting Eevee sounds really interesting. Don't know what it is, but we get heads. Well, they get heads, and I think they just concede. I'm not sure, but this is the deck right here. Let me know what you guys think about it. I had a lot of fun playing this, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.